What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mar Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love power, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today, we're going to be talking about Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, Season 5, Episode 8, the series finale. This is the recap. Down below, I want you guys to let me know, how did you feel about this recap? The Thomas family, I mean, damn. No one is left except your girl Jukebox and Kanan. That ending was crazy as hell. Your girl Rock, she thought she was about to get the hell up out of here, but of course Jukebox said, nah, not today. An eye for an eye, a parent for a parent. You gotta go, right? And that scene that she had with Kanan, she sat there and told him what she did and how basically killing him is the easy way. She wants him to suffer and go through all the pain that he pretty much put everybody else through. So man, that Savage Mode Jukebox has finally arrived. I really wish we could see more of her character in the future of the Power Universe. I mean, I guess that's wishful thinking, but as of right now, we know she is not in Power Origins. But I hope it's a chance that we may see her maybe in Season 2 or whatever. I mean, this is the version of Jukebox that we've been waiting for. So I guess we gotta wait and see what they're gonna do with her down the line. But it was crazy because as I talked about all season, and we all know, Kanan's dumbass sit up here, continued to blame his mom all season long, and we know he thought that Rock took out Famous, Rock took out Crystal, but that was not the case. The sad thing is, Jukebox already told him that Rock didn't do this, and she told him that Snaps and Pops was the one that did it, and he did nothing about it. Like, really? Like, dude, like, what the hell is wrong with you? And on top of that, we know Rock, she was protecting Kanan when it came to Lulu's death, and still, in his dumbass head, he's not getting that she loves him, that she's doing whatever she got to do to protect him. I guess it took for Agent Tanner to go to him and tell him, well, your mom, she wants to protect you. Not only does she want immunity for herself, she wants it for you as well. And I guess that conversation, it sparked something in Kanan's head. He said, man, so she really does love me. She really is trying to look out for me no matter what. Regardless of what I've done to Lou, regardless of what I've done to Marvin, she still wants to look out for me. Like, really, dude? So it took you this long to figure it out. And I knew he was going to do this. I knew once he tried to fix things with her, once he tried to protect her, it was going to be a little bit too late. As Jukebox told Detective Garcia, it's a little bit too late for that. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it is. Like, dude, you should have been already made a move to protect your mom earlier on. But no, you had to go out and do what you did, taking out Uncle Marvin for no damn reason. Like, really? I mean, even Breeze held back because he could have easily, probably took out Rock if he wanted to. But out of respect for Kanan, he didn't do it. He was just waiting. And he was cool with, Kanan trying to fix things for his moms with Stefano. He respected that. But Kanan, man, I just don't get it, man. Now, as far as Jukebox taking out Rock, to be honest with you guys, I had no issues with it because you took out her damn daddy. What you want her to do? What you think she gonna do? She want to get you back somehow, some way. And I liked how they showed her watching them because, as I told you guys in my prediction videos, at that particular time when Kanan dropped off Marvin, Rock and Kanan, they were not cool. So they had to show Jukebox, see them have that conversation, to see them hug and all that stuff and make up for her to say, you know what, I'm going to take her out. But to be honest with you guys, I think she would have did it anyway, just to see Kanan's reaction, just to have him suffer, because Kanan, regardless of what he was talking about as far as his mom's is dead to him, I still think he loved her no matter what. He always wanted to prove himself to her. This is what Jukebox told him, right? And at the end of the day, I guess Kanan got what he deserved. He had a family that was trying to protect him, trying to tell him that his mom loves him, that, she wants to look out for him. None of that mattered to him. He waits to the final episode to finally realize that they were right. Like, come on, dude is slow as hell. Now, I will say this. I did like the finale. I understand Rock got dropped off. I don't think that's a big shocker at all. Even Jukebox taking her out, I don't think that's a big shocker. We talked about this in the Jukebox prediction video, that is something that could happen. Now, as far as the OG power, this is where things start to get very, confusing and very interesting at the same time, because in my opinion, I still don't think it makes any sense at all for Jukebox to be helping him recover, you know what I'm saying, getting him together and then hitting licks, making money. Man, I don't care about any of that. Now, to some, it makes all the sense in the world, right? Some say, well, it does make sense because now she just wanted to, watch him struggle and go through it even more. And she just wanted to get more revenge on him. But let's just be honest. realistically speaking, this would never happen for real. I mean, you dropped off Lulu, you dropped off her dad, she did take out your mom's, but 20 years later or so, now all of a sudden you want to say, you know what? We good. You know what I'm saying? We good, cousin. Come stay with me. Kick it with me. I help you recover. We can get this money. Let's get revenge on Ghost. You know what I'm saying? Let's watch him struggle. Hell nah. It ain't happening in my world. Ain't no way in the hell we would ever be cool if that happened. Let's just be honest. I mean, some people, I guess, are cool with that. But me, nah. It makes no sense at all. And I'm sticking with it. That's the only part that I had like issues with, because it just doesn't make any sense based off the jukebox that we saw. And we also have to remember, when that episode aired, we talking about the OG Power aired, when Jukebox got smoked. First off, Jukebox was not even supposed to die in the first place. The only reason that she died was because the real actor had another job. That's why she died. She was supposed to live on. The real reason in the OG Power why Kanan killed Jukebox was because his love for Tariq. That's the original reasoning why. Now, of course, with Power Book 3 Raising Kanan, they can create more backstory, more lore to make it seem like it makes sense. But the original reasoning was his love for Tariq. He was going to smoke Tariq. That was the game plan. Once he realized that Tariq hated Ghost, that he didn't like his father just like him, he says, you know what? Nah, I'm going to keep you alive. I can use you. And I believe he was actually about to kill him. But Tariq told him, nah, I can't stand my dad and all this stuff. So he used him. They started to bond and he had love for that boy. This is the reason why when Tariq set him up, when Kanan died, Kanan, he could have killed Tariq. He could have killed Tariq when Tariq was in back of that cop car, but he didn't do it because he loved him. He had love for him. And that's why Tariq ended up surviving for real, right? But of course, as I told you, when you're writing the show, you can create backstories and all that stuff. But when they aired that original episode when Jukebox died, this backstory about raising Kanan was not in the picture. It was not. But Courtney Kemp, she did have a sense of like a backstory, but it was not this detailed. And Sasha Penn didn't start writing the show until 2019, which was a little bit after Courtney Kemp got that major deal to do 4 spinoffs. And once again, these are not opinions. These are straight facts. We know they end up canceling Rashad Tate's spinoff. But all I'm saying is, when you're doing a backstory to a show that's already been established, it is very difficult to make things make sense. They try to, their best to make it make sense. But in my opinion, with Jukebox helping him out, recovering and all that stuff, no. That doesn't make sense at all. I don't agree with it. Some may, but me, hell nah, because realistically speaking, Kanan's ass would have been dead a long damn time ago. You know what I'm saying? He survived so much, but I think he would have got smoked. But for TV purposes, to understand in that sense that you got to create a show, you got to stretch it out, you got to make it very dramatized in certain areas, so I can understand. But man, that's just my small rant. That's the only little thing that I kind of had an issue with. And of course, Rock's dumbass not leaving. Like after you smoke Pinot, you don't go back to the house and spend the night, wake up early in the morning and start packing. You leave that night like Unique did. You don't sit around. Like who does that? Like what the hell is going on up in here? Leave. Why are you sticking around? I mean, I just don't get it. But once again, for TV purposes, I understand they have to make it, dramatized, and the characters are not going to move exactly how real life people will move. And in my opinion, I believe that Raising Kanan is the most realistic spinoff. But hey, sometimes crazy stuff happens on the show and we got to start asking these questions like, what the hell is going on? But I do appreciate all you guys for tuning in for all these years. Man, it's been a long time coming. I appreciate y'all opinions as well. I mean, we're not going to agree on everything, but for the most part, I think, we agree on most things. And hey, it is what it is, man. It's TV, but we going to get through it, man. We got to get ready for the next upcoming spinoff, which is going to be Power Origins. But this is the final episode, y'all, the final recap for Raising Kanan. So, of course, I had to give y'all a little bit, more content, a little bit more of a longer recap as well. But let's go ahead and begin the recap. So what did we see in episode 8 titled Unconditional Love? Now, the episode starts out with Rock. We can see all the family pictures. It's bittersweet. This journey is finally coming to its end. We know Rock is very upset about what has happened to Uncle Marvin. I mean, she don't got no more brothers left. I mean, she's pretty much done for real, right? And she still has issues with law enforcement and the Italians. We get to your girl Jukebox. She is reading the letter that Marvin left her. Very sad, very emotional. She is breaking down and she wants payback somehow, some way. But of course, it's still not going to bring back Uncle Marvin. And then we get to Jarita. As we talked about in those final predictions, Jarita is pregnant. Kanan, man, I guess you was hitting Raw Dog Charles. You didn't pull out. You didn't do something right. And Kanan is talking about, well, it could be anybody's baby because of the line of work that you do. And that does make sense. But as we know, and as she told him, you's the only one that was hitting that Raw Dog. Now, we get to the white boys and Breeze, he takes them out. Y'all know they was talking to law enforcement and he said, you know what? No loose ends. They gotta go. And this is pretty much all the fun that your boy Breeze had in this episode. He didn't really do too much at all, to be honest. Hopefully, we can see more of him in the future. As of right now, we still don't have a confirmation as far as if Breeze will be in Power Origins, and hopefully that changes, but we gonna see. Now we get to Rock and Pino, and once again, Rock is asking for his protection, right? Until she gets herself together, and Pino ain't going. He says, you know what? I'll help you out, but it's one thing. I need to clap those cheeks. Let me hit that, and maybe we can work something out. Rock said, nah, that's not going. And once again, Pino is making these threats like something's going to happen to her. Her time is running out. Like, I mean, y'all talking too much. How about y'all just do it? All this talk about, oh, your time is running out. Well, it seems like Rock didn't have to worry about y'all. It seems like Jukebox was the person she really had to worry about, right? Now we get the Jukebox and Flossie. Of course, they're talking about Marvin. And then, of course, we know Jukebox, she wants to know if Flossie knows who took down her pops. Now, at first, Flossie was not trying to say anything, but she ended up telling her, word on the block is Kanan was the one that did this. And Flossie told Jukebox that Kanan already came there before with the strap, acting all reckless. And this is where she pulled out the strap on him, letting him know that she's not the one. So she understands that Kanan is very dangerous and he could be the person that did this to Marvin. And Jukebox, she already knows what time it is. She's like, okay, yeah, it is him. It is as simple as, because my family, they're very simple. So now Jukebox, she wants that revenge and Kanan is her target. Well, as of right now, he's her target, but we know Rock will be the true target, right? Now we get to Kanan and Breeze and they're talking about Marvin. They're talking about Snaps and Pop and how it was a mystery as far as who took Snaps and Pop out. We know what Kanan did to Marvin, but Kanan ain't really trying to talk about that right now. And Breeze tells Kanan that even though Snaps and Pops ain't here no more, that does not mean Rock is off the hook. She still gotta go. The higher ups want her gone and he still is ready to put in that work. And Kanan's like, well, do what you gotta do. So once again, he's acting like he does not care, but you can tell by his, his expressions that he really does care deep down inside. And eventually the truth, his real feelings will come out once he has the conversation with Agent Tanner. Now we get to Agent Tanner, Rock and her lawyer. And in this particular storyline, y'all, I was thinking that Rock may take out that broker, but she never did say anything about it. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking that was going to happen and possibly taking out the buyer as well, but no, none of that really mattered at all. They're trying to get Rock to make a deal with them. She tells them, look, I will make a deal with you, but y'all got to make sure my son is good as well. And she will give them Stefano and, of course, Pino. So that is the game plan. And this is not a big surprise at all. We know a lot of major drug dealers have done this. And Rock, she loves her son. So that is the icing on the cake for her. If they can protect Kanan, you know what I'm saying? She's all down with the game plan. And as you guys talked about, we already know Rock, she was Detective Howard's informant back in the day. So this move for her doesn't really, seem too far-fetched. She would do what she got to do to survive and protect herself and Kanan at all costs. Now, we get to Detective Garcia. He was supposed to stay away from Jukebox, but after he heard what happened to Snaps and Pops and her father, he wants to know the details. What happened? Who took down Marvin? Who took down Snaps and Pop, right? But Jukebox says, look, she does not know who took down her father, and she doesn't even know who took down Snaps and Pop. She was acting like she didn't even know what he was talking about, but she did say it seems like they got exactly what they deserve, right, because of what they did to Famous. So we already know Detective Garcia knows that Jukebox did something. He's telling her, don't do anything that you're going to regret. Jukebox tells him, well, it's a little bit too late for that. So Jukebox, she is still on one, and we can tell that her revenge tour is not over yet. Now, rest in piss to Snaps and Pop. I mean, they up out of here. We still smoking on that Snaps and Pop pack. Now, your boy, Isaiah Whitlock Jr., he's in the show as the character Lump, and they were real cool. You know what I'm saying? He is saying some great words about them. But to us fans, we don't really give a damn for real, right? Now, Stefano, he is there showing his support. In Lump, he goes to have a conversation with him, and he's asking questions about Early Tyler because apparently Early Tyler used to work with him. And Stefano's like, look, you ain't got nothing to worry about because the guy that took him out is, gone his damn self. So that should make you feel better. Lump says, hell nah, that don't make me feel better. And he understands who Stefano really is. He understands how vicious he is. And he's talking about basically how fake he is and he doesn't want to be around a demon that wants to live or acts like he's going to live forever, right? Stefano tells him he doesn't want to live forever. He just wants to die last. He wants to be the last man standing. And based on what we saw in this episode, it definitely seems like Stefano just may be the last man standing, especially when it comes to Rock and, of course, Pino. Now, we get to your girl Jukebox. She is back at the bar all by herself and she is reminiscing and is making her more upset about what really happened to her father. She grabs the strap and y'all know she is thinking about getting that payback. And they actually showed this, I believe, in an official trailer. So you already knew Jukebox was about to be on one in this final episode. Now we get to Pino and Stefano, and Pino tells him that he is done protecting her, that basically he can go ahead and make a move on her, take her out of our misery. He also tells Stefano that he tried to clap those cheeks, but she was not having it, and he sees why he liked her so much, but apparently her time is running out. And all this is an opportunity for Stefano to take advantage of this and use this as a way to get him up out of here, because he understands that Pino has a weakness when it comes to these females, just like back in the day as he explained to Rock. And y'all know later on in the episode, his game plan is to use Rock to take this guy out. Now we get to Agent Tanner and Kanan. He tells Kanan that Rock is working with the feds and how she wants to protect him. She wants him to have immunity as well in order for all this to go down. He is asking questions about the business, those guys that got dropped off. Kanan's like, look, I don't know what you're talking about. And he's not giving him anything at all. But he tells Kanan, like, look, your mom is doing this because she loves you. She is trying to protect you. And even if you're not involved in any of this illegal activity, maybe you should, help with this deal because she will be dead in a week and she has a target on her back, right? So Kanan, he's like, man, my mom's, she really does love me. So it took for Agent Tanner of all people to tell you this. How long have everybody else been telling you this? Lulu, Jukebox, Marvin, I mean, damn. And you knew she did not take out your best friend as well. I mean, dude, are you slow? Yeah, he is kind of slow. Like, come on. It pisses me off because he waits to the last minute to try to help his moms out after all this time. You want to take out Uncle Marvin and do all this and wait to now to do this? Come on. You could have been did this, which means Uncle Marvin would have been okay, which means maybe your moms would have been okay, right? Because it seems like if Uncle Marvin was alive, Jukebox would have never made that move on you. And of course, we know he was able to neutralize Stefano and Pino got dropped off. So Rock would have been good. But man, Kanan, you just be making some dumb ass decisions. That boy is really slow in the head. Now we get to Rock and Flossie. Y'all know Rock is very desperate. She is trying to get some intel on Stefano's contacts or whatever. But Flossie ain't going. She's like, hell nah. Like, I am cool on you. I've already done or dealt with so much tragic stuff already, so we good. And to be honest, I do not blame Flossie at all because we know Kanan, he's a mess, and dealing with Rock or him is going to cause a lot of people getting dropped off. Now we get back to Breeze and Kanan, and Breeze once again is putting that pressure on Kanan as far as Rock. Like, she got to go. But Kanan's like, look, maybe he can make a deal. Maybe he can save his moms or whatever and smooth things over with Stefano. Maybe she can just leave. And Breeze is like, man, so you switching up all of a sudden, right? But we know Breeze does respect this because Kanan is looking out for his blood. He's looking out for his family. So all Kanan got to do is have this conversation with Stefano and see what he's talking about. Now we get back to Rock and her lawyer. They're talking about this deal with the feds. They're talking about the conversation that Kanan had with Agent Tanner and how Kanan did not give up any intel at all. And Rock is like, yeah, I raised him not to be a snitch. And then all of a sudden Rock is like, you know what? I can't go. You know what I'm saying? I can't sit up here and be telling him one thing and then I'm about to snitch. Nah, screw that. Screw this deal. She's going to, try to figure this out somehow, some way. Now we finally get to young Tommy and young Ghost, right? They're trying to get some work, right? And Kanan tells them, hell nah. Know what I'm saying? Y'all way too young. Come back when y'all ain't eating no damn Happy Meals. And this is just a setup for Power Origins. And I can't wait to see it. Know what I'm saying? Cannot wait to see the story of Tommy and Ghost and how their journey is going to go. And, Kanan's influence is going to be crazy. And I also want to see what's going to happen with the Breeze storyline. Will they include that in Power Origins or will it be skipped over? Or will we see like a flashback scene? But we need to see something, in my opinion. Now, Jukebox goes to see her father. We know this is another very emotional scene. She gives Marvin his sucker. And man, it's very bittersweet seeing your boy Marvin, in that casket. But hey, at least Marvin was able to make it to episode 8. He made it in all these episodes somehow, some way. We saw him, but Lulu, what did he get? About 5? What? Not even 5. He got about 3 minutes, and that was it. He was up out of here, and we never seen him again at all. Now we get to Kanan and Stefano, and he lets Stefano know that he does not want anything to happen to his mother. Maybe she can just leave, call the hit off, right? And Stefano, he was like, I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? But he does end up agreeing. He does say, like, look, he wished he could have more time with his moms or whatever. And he tells Kanan, well, look, in order for me to do this for your moms, she needs to do something for me first in order for this to go down. So, man, your boy Kanan was actually able to neutralize Stefano, to stop this hit on his moms, which makes things even worse because all the stuff that he's done prior to that makes no sense at all. I mean, you took out your uncle for snapping pop, talking about you did it just for you. Like, really? This dude stayed making all types of mistakes. And he tells Kanan that Rock has to do something for him first in order for this to go down. So he will be having a conversation with his mother. Now, once Kanan leaves, we can see that your girl Jukebox is watching his every move. She is in the Regal and she is ready to get him up out of here if she has to. Now we end up seeing this scene between Rock and Kanan. This is the last scene that these two are going to have as far as Rock being alive. It is a very emotional scene because now everything is out there. Kanan does say sorry about, Uncle Marvin. Rock says sorry as well. She blames herself for everything. And I've been talking about this for years. Rock understands what she's done. She's raised Kanan, right? She's brought him into this lifestyle. She had him around it. This is what Kanan was talking to her about back in season 1. Like, look, if you wanted me to be, somewhere else doing something different, you will not have me here with you around this lifestyle. And everything is pretty much coming back. She understands it. She accepts it. And she knows that if things were different, Kanan would have never done the things that he's done. And she takes it all. The good and the bad. Know what I'm saying? It's all on her. She is taking that weight. Just like she took the weight as far as her mom's and having to, pull the plug on her. She taking all that pressure and, she putting it on her back. And that's a big move for Rock. That's a huge character development. And, it is sad to see her go. But based off what we saw from Rock in this series, it's not a big surprise at all. I know everybody was kind of hoping that she can escape. I was hoping that your girl can escape as well. But Tina Miller is definitely in the top 2 best actors in the Power universe. Easily. You know what I'm saying? And you can tell just by her scenes, her skills. I mean, she's a beast. Flat out, straight up beast. So I wanted to see a different type of story for her. But as I told you, not surprising at all. We know Kanan did tell her that he doesn't want her to die. And Rock told him that's the nicest thing that he has said to her for quite a while. He loves his moms, right? And he ain't taking no damn deal. He's made a deal with Stefano. He tells her, look, talk to him because that's your way out. You know what I'm saying? He wants to protect his mom. This is his final move for her. And we know they end up hugging. She says she loves him or whatever. He is telling her that they can't fix the stuff that they've done in the past, but at least they can make this right here right. At least one last thing. And meanwhile, while they're hugging, making up, we know Kanan, he does hug his mom's back. Your girl Jukebox is watching in the shadows, lurking, pissed off, like, okay, so now y'all cool all of a sudden? And it goes back to the very first episode of season 5 when Jukebox was watching Rock and Kanan outside of Lou's funeral. And she knew something was up between the two. But to see them, come back and, make up and how she lost her father to Kanan, she's not going. So her main target is going to be Rock. You know what I'm saying? And hell, I don't blame her at all. I mean, you take my parent, well, I guess I got to take yours, family or not. Now, we get to your girl Rock and your boy Breeze. They have like a small little scene together. We know Rock is meeting up with Stefano. And Stefano tells her, look, I need you to take out Pino. Now, he does not actually say that in the scene. We don't see it, but we know that's what he's talking about. And he tells her, look, you need to do this and be gone within 24 hours. If you don't do it, you're not going to make it back to your car. And Breeze, he was back there smiling, ready to take her out if he had to. And Rock tells him, well, I guess I don't have a choice. Matter of fact, Rock, you shouldn't even need 24 hours. Drop Pino off and get the hell up out of there that same night. But no, Rock decides to do the job and then sit there overnight and then leave in the morning. Like, really? I'm not doing that. Now, we get to Kanan. He finally goes to see Uncle Marvin at the viewing. And even though he dropped off his uncle, when he did it, he was shaking. You know what I'm saying? If you go back to that scene, he was kind of shaky or whatever. And deep down inside, he does regret on how everything played out. But man, Kanan, why didn't you just wait? Know what I'm saying? At least Breeze waited as far as giving your mom and you respects. But no, you want to sit up here and take Uncle Marvin out that quick? Dude, like really? Like, man, I was really hoping that Marvin could have survived. I mean, even if he would have went to prison, I would have took that instead. I just don't like seeing everybody die off. And of course, y'all know, I definitely don't like seeing family take out family all the damn time in these shows. Like, come on, switch it up sometimes. Like, really? Now we get to Rock and she goes to the grave site, right? And hey, her whole family out there, they out there chilling, everybody in the dirt. Like, damn. And Rock, I guess you about to be out there too real soon, which is very unfortunate, right? Now, Rock does go back to Marvin's spot to check up on Jukebox, but Jukebox, she ain't there. Or maybe Jukebox just didn't open the door, know what I'm saying? Now, Rock does one last, pass throughout the old neighborhood, know what I'm saying? Checking up on the old house. A very bittersweet moment. We usually see things like this in final episodes of these TV shows. And Rock, she is just reminiscent of all the good times. But those good times, they're about to end real soon. Now, we get back to Breeze and Kanan. And Breeze tells Kanan that he does respect him for looking out for his moms. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know Breeze is very big on family. And he tells Kanan that is something that he probably would have done. You know what I'm saying? Looking out for his people. Now we get to the end of Pino. Know what I'm saying? Your boy Stefano has set him up. He used Rock to take advantage of this. We know Pino, he wanted to hook up with Rock. He thought he finally got the girl, but no. Just like old times, Stefano has already made that move, and Rock, she took the shot on him, got him up out of here. Know what I'm saying? 2 to the chest, 1 to the dome. Your boy Pino, he is a pack. Well, yes, we smoking on that Pino pack. I was hoping we'd be smoking on that Stefano pack, but hey, at least Stefano was willing to make a deal in order to protect Rock because of Kanan, but that doesn't matter anymore because we know Rock did not survive. Now we get to the end of Raquel Thomas. Her journey is finally coming to its end. And I don't know why the hell she decided to leave the next day. She should have gone ahead and left that same night just like Unique did. But Jukebox pops up on her with the strap and she ain't trying to talk too much. And Rock is like, what the hell is you doing? Let's talk. Is this about Marvin? And of course it is about Marvin. But Rock's like, well, I didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't me that put him down. Jukebox says, well, it's about Kanan, right? And of course, Rock, she is trying to talk. She tries to reach for the strap. Next thing we know, Jukebox shoots her. And you know what I'm saying? She's laid out. And as Jukebox said, I can try to explain things to you, but it's not going to matter at all. It is something that I gotta do. And Rock looked her right in the eye. And Jukebox, unlike Kanan, she didn't flinch. She didn't shake. She dropped Rock off just like that. No emotion at all. It is something that she felt like she had to do. Of course, I didn't want your girl Rock to get taken out. I wanted her to survive somehow, some way. But of course, I'm not mad that Jukebox did what she had to do in order to get that revenge for her father and to make Kanan feel all the pain that she is feeling right now. So she did it. Now, of course, she goes back and she has a conversation with Kanan and she tells him, look, I did this and you're going to find out real soon. Kanan is not really trying to believe it, but it's true. He tells her, why didn't you try to take me out? Which was the game plan. But she said, when I seen you and your mom's hugging, making up, having a good old time, I said, you know what? Nah, taking you out was not going to hurt enough. I had to make sure you hurt as long as I wanted you to hurt. And killing her, taking everybody away that you loved and cared for you, basically is way worse than you being dead. She wants him to feel that pain, right? And Kanan, he can't really do nothing but sit there, look flabbergasted and pissed off all at the same time. And he tells Jukebox that you're just as alone as me. And this world is going to be cold for you as well. She tells him, well, doing what I just did to you is going to make me feel warm for a very long time. So your girl Jukebox is good, right? And we know Kanan tells her, well, I could just take you out. She tells him, well, have at it. You know what I'm saying? She does not give a damn. She don't care for real. She does not care at all. And Kanan can't do nothing but walk off. And as he's walking off, Jukebox tells him she never loved you. And she begged me to take you out before I dropped her off. So, man, I know he is having some, reflections about what his mom's really was saying or whatever, especially after that conversation, after that makeup scene that he had with his mom's. He thought everything was good, but now Jukebox puts that doubt right back in his dumbass head because she knows he is slow enough to believe it. And of course, he is, right? So Kanan goes back to his mom's spot and he sees her laid out, up out of here. He's pissed off. He can't really do anything at all. I know he was fighting those tears for real, right? Now we can hear older Kanan, talking about that not everything that we've seen is going to explain everything. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have people talking about why didn't this happen? Why didn't that happen? Which basically is what everybody's talking about as far as jukebox and stuff that she did in the OG Power. I mean, how does all this make sense as far as, her helping him and everything like that? But look, I guess everything ain't going to make sense all the time. And then again, it is TV, so it's going to be some dramatized stuff or whatever. But realistically speaking, I think your boy Kanan will be up out of here. But older Kanan does say that basically this is just the beginning of his story. And this story is our story. It's your story. And as he said before, this is a Southside Jamaica Queen story. And it goes back to the very beginning of the show. And man, it is bittersweet to see the show ending. Yes, I have my critiques of, this show in general. And everybody does, but it does not take away of how great this show was. You know what I'm saying? Raising Kanan is definitely up there, man. It's a legendary show. It's a classic, a hood classic already. You know what I'm saying? I will miss it, but of course we got Power Origins on the way, and we can continue to see what's going to happen as far as Young Tommy and Ghost and Kanan's influence on them as well. But we know this was not the end of the episode, because right after that they go back to 1975, the day that Kanan was born. Of course, we see Young Rock, Marvin, Juke, your boy Lulu. They're using like CGI, AI type of a technology or whatever. Marvin in there eating, laughing like he always does. I mean, a crazy scene. But we know Rock, she is holding Kanan and she's telling him, look, she loves him and basically she is always going to be there for him. She's not going to allow anything bad to happen to him, right? So this was like a bittersweet moment, them giving us fan service, and of course them giving us one last scene with your girl Patina. She did an excellent job playing this role. She did so good, and she will be missed when it comes to the Power Universe. And now I guess we got to see what's up next. What new characters we're going to see in Power Origins? What new actors will help carry the weight? Because after what we just saw in Raising Kanan, it's a lot to carry. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. But down below, I want you guys to let me know, how did you feel about Raising Kanan in whole? How did you feel about this series finale? I know it was mixed feelings, about the show. Some people believe that it made a lot of sense as far as what we saw and how we saw things play out in the OG Power, which I do agree. And of course, it was some things that we saw, in my opinion, that did not make sense in the OG Power. But hey, it is what it is, man. It's just TV. And of course, regardless of what you think, I do appreciate all y'all. Know what I'm saying? We've been through it for all these years, and the first phase of spinoffs is over. I mean, I can just remember when they announced we was going to be getting 4 spinoffs, right? And as I talked about, we know they did cancel Rashad Tate's spinoff. So the 3 that we did get, I believe they did what they had to do. They delivered. Raising Kanan definitely, did a good job as well, along with Power Book 2 Ghost and Power Book 4 Force. So I can't wait to see how these next, 2 are going to do. Now, as far as the first phase of spinoffs, I will be doing my, favorite spinoff from Power Book 2 Ghost, Book 4 Force, and Book 3 Raising Kanan. This will be a members only video. A lot of you guys have been asking me for all these years to, talk about which one I like. So I will break this down on why I like one over the other and give, explanations on why I think so. Now, I will be giving you guys more Power Book 3 Raising Kanan videos over the next week. We still got to talk about some characters, some closing out videos as well, and just overall thoughts on the show and what may happen in Power Origins. But once again, I want to thank you guys for all the love, all the support. Thanks to all the members of the channel, and I will catch y'all on the next one. But let me get up on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.